Imagine standing beside a fire tens of thousands of years ago. The air is thick with the scent of burning plants. Long before factories, cigarettes, or written history, humans were already surrounded by smoke. But a surprising question remains. Did ancient humans deliberately inhale it? And if they did, why? Today, smoking is often associated with addiction and disease, yet the story may begin much deeper in our past. Hidden within archaeological discoveries, ancient rituals, and evolutionary history is a mystery that stretches back to the earliest chapters of human civilization. The answer may completely change how we think about smoking. Checkpoints. The mystery is not whether humans encountered smoke. That happened the moment our ancestors learned to control fire. The real mystery is when smoke became intentional. At some point, people may have discovered that certain plants produced unusual sensations when burned. Some created relaxation, others altered perception. Archaeologists rarely find direct evidence because smoke leaves few traces behind. Unlike stone tools or bones, inhaled experiences vanish instantly. Yet scattered clues across continents suggest that humans may have been experimenting with smoke far earlier than most people imagine. For most of human history, plants were essential survival tools. They provided food, medicine, shelter, and dyes. Ancient communities carefully observed nature, learning which plants healed wounds and which caused dangerous reactions. This deep botanical knowledge likely developed over thousands of generations. Long before written records, humans were already skilled natural chemists. If a burned plant produced noticeable effects, people would almost certainly have recognized it. Smoking may not have begun as recreation. Instead, it may have emerged from medicine, ritual, spiritual practice, or simple curiosity about the natural world. Scientifically, smoking works because burning transforms plant chemicals into airborne particles that enter the lungs. From there, many compounds rapidly reach the bloodstream and brain. This delivery system is remarkably efficient. Modern science explains the process in detail, but ancient humans did not need laboratories to notice its effects. They only needed observation. A plant that reduced pain, sharpened attention, or changed awareness would have stood out immediately. The biological foundations of smoking are therefore rooted not in modern culture, but in the chemistry of plants and the physiology of the human body. Picture a small group gathered around a fire at the end of a long day. Flames crackle. Nearby plants are accidentally tossed into the embers. Suddenly, a distinct aroma fills the air. Someone notices a calming sensation. Another experiences heightened awareness. Whether this exact moment happened or not, countless similar opportunities must have existed throughout prehistory. Human beings are naturally curious explorers. We test, observe, and remember. Over generations, these discoveries become traditions. What began as accidental exposure could gradually evolve into intentional behavior, setting the stage for one of humanity's oldest relationships with plants. As human societies evolved, survival depended on adaptation. Communities constantly searched for advantages in challenging environments. Some plants could repel insects, reduce pain, suppress hunger, or create feelings of calm during stressful periods. These benefits may have encouraged repeated use. Over time, cultural traditions could reinforce the behavior, passing knowledge from one generation to the next. Evolutionary pressures rarely shape behavior directly, but they influence which practices survive. If smoking certain plants provided useful effects, even temporarily, those behaviors may have become embedded within social rituals, healing traditions, and community identity. One of the most important discoveries comes from archaeology in the Americas. Researchers have found evidence suggesting that people were using tobacco thousands of years ago, far earlier than once believed. Tiny preserved seeds discovered at ancient sites indicate that humans interacted with tobacco long before large civilizations emerged. This finding changed scientific thinking. Tobacco was not a recent cultural invention. Instead, it appears to have deep roots in prehistoric societies. The discovery reveals that plant smoking traditions may have developed gradually over immense spans of time, hidden within everyday human life. Yet tobacco is only part of the story. Across the world, ancient cultures burned many different plants. Some created fragrant smoke, others played roles in ceremonies, healing practices, or communication with spiritual beliefs. Remarkably, societies separated by vast distances often developed similar behaviors. Fire, plants, and human curiosity repeatedly converged. This hidden connection suggests something fundamental about our species. Humans do not merely consume nature, we experiment with it. Again and again, people discovered ways to transform plants into tools that altered experience, meaning, and culture. The unexpected twist is that ancient smoking may not have started with tobacco at all. Tobacco became globally influential much later, but countless other plants existed long before its widespread use. Different regions likely developed independent traditions using local species. This means there may never have been a single moment when humans invented smoking. Instead, the behavior may have emerged repeatedly across different populations. Similar discoveries could have occurred thousands of miles apart, connected not by communication, but by shared human curiosity and similar interactions with the natural world. Many people assume ancient smoking looked exactly like modern smoking. That assumption is misleading. Today, smoking is often associated with manufactured products and commercial industries. Ancient practices were dramatically different. Smoking may have occurred only during rituals, healing ceremonies, seasonal gatherings, or special occasions. In many societies, it carried symbolic meaning rather than daily habit. Understanding this distinction is essential. When we project modern behaviors into the distant past, we risk misunderstanding the cultural significance these practices once held within ancient communities. Ancient evidence rarely arrives in perfect condition. Archaeologists must reconstruct the past from fragments, charred plant remains, microscopic residues, preserved seeds, pipes, containers, and traces of chemical compounds. Each discovery adds another piece to the puzzle. Some findings suggest deliberate burning of specific plants. Others reveal ritual spaces where smoke may have played a central role. No single artifact proves the entire story. Instead, scientific understanding emerges through many independent clues. Like assembling a vast prehistoric mosaic, researchers slowly uncover how humans interacted with smoke across thousands of years. Modern science provides powerful tools that ancient investigators could never imagine. Chemical analysis can identify plant compounds preserved for centuries. Microscopes reveal microscopic residues invisible to the naked eye. Genetic research helps scientists understand plant domestication and human interactions with specific species. Together, archaeology, biology, chemistry, and anthropology create a more complete picture of the past. Rather than relying on myths or assumptions, researchers can test ideas using measurable evidence. The result is a deeper understanding of how smoking practices emerged, spread, and changed through human history. The implications reach far beyond smoking itself. This story reveals how humans interact with their environment. Our ancestors constantly explored nature, searching for useful plants and new possibilities. These experiments shaped medicine, agriculture, culture, and technology. Smoking is only one example of a much larger pattern. Throughout history, human survival has depended on observation, innovation, and adaptation. By understanding how ancient people discovered and used plants, we gain insight into the creative forces that helped build civilizations and transform small communities into complex societies. The main lesson is surprisingly simple. Ancient humans were investigators. Long before science laboratories existed, people observed patterns, tested ideas, shared knowledge, and refined traditions. They learned from experience and passed discoveries to future generations. Smoking, whether medicinal, ritualistic, or symbolic, emerged from this broader process of exploration. The story is not merely about smoke entering lungs. It is about curiosity entering culture. Every archaeological clue reminds us that human history is filled with experiments, some forgotten, some transformative, and some still influencing our lives today. So when did ancient humans first begin smoking? The honest answer is that no one knows the exact moment. There was likely no single inventor and no single beginning. Instead, the practice probably emerged many times as humans explored the plants around them. Archaeological evidence points to deep prehistoric origins, while science continues uncovering new clues hidden in ancient landscapes. Yet the most fascinating discovery may be what this mystery reveals about ourselves. Across continents and millennia, humans remain driven by the same force, curiosity. And that curiosity continues to illuminate the past, one discovery at a time.